Hey, y'all, welcome to the Blue Plate Special. It's real live music here in beautiful downtown Knoxville, Tennessee, and we're here in the Knoxville Visitor Center. So come on and visit with us today. Hey, you know what? We got two acts for you on the Blue Plate. The lovely and talented Miss Reagan Boggs is here, and she's going to be up the second half of the show today. To get things started, visiting with us from Lincoln, Virginia, welcome Andrew McKnight to the WDVX Blue Plate Special.
Thanks, y'all. Thanks so much, y'all. Good morning, good afternoon. And to everyone listening out there on the radio and on the internet, a special welcome to y'all too. I'm sorry you don't get the visual of all of these lovely people sitting here, but we'll do our best to bring you a little audio postcard. This is called Western Skies. Climbing on this big jet plane, headed into western skies. And if I had a rearview mirror, that's how I'd pass the time. Looking back on leaving I've done, should be old hat by now. I want too much lingering touch. Did I hold her too long? 1,800 miles from the Chesapeake to this great divide. 1,800 miles separate me from the truth inside. For I am lonesome, lonesome under western skies. Drive this road and long ago, echoed with hooves, Arapaho. And as I pass these ranches, I almost feel their ghosts riding along. Never cared for conquistadors plundering mountains for gold. Please don't fear, I haven't come here to prospect for love or reward. 1,800 miles from the Chesapeake to this great divide. 1,800 miles separate me from the truth inside. For I am lonesome, lonesome under western skies. West beckons like an old friend, leading me to parts unknown. And I draw gallons of cold comfort, knowing this road leads me home. Is it my heart missed her from the start, or just thin air getting to my head? 1,800 miles from the Chesapeake to this great divide. 1,800 miles separate me from the truth inside. For I am lonesome, lonesome, lonesome under western skies. Whoa. Thank you very much. In the shadow of this dark mountain, where the sun but rarely shines, blessings fair, hard to come by, in the cold, black, damp Kentucky mines. But there ain't nothing to hold our young ones, since this mountain's heart ran out of gold. There's no future here in this holler, so we wave when they leave down that road. But the same moon shines wherever you are. Now listen when the night wind starts to moan. I light a candle when darkness falls and pray till you're safe home. Mountain boys, they love their country, and they never shot from a fight. But it's so hard to let our daughters answer the call to glory's light. For every mother hopes her children will someday have more than she's known. In these hard hills, hope is precious, and a better life is a gambler's throw. But the same moon shines wherever you are. Now listen when the night wind starts to moan. I light a candle when darkness falls and pray till you're safe home. Duty called her desert sands. Now the bloodroot and dogwood blossom can't hide the work of war's evil hand. But the same moon shines wherever you are. I listen when the night wind starts to moan. I light a candle when darkness falls. Pretend that you're safe home. But the same moon shines wherever you are. I'll listen when the night wind starts to moan. Light a candle when darkness falls. Pretend that you're safe home.
This is Andrew McKnight with us here today on the Blue Plate special. Lincoln, Virginia, home base for him is. Were you born in Virginia? Where'd you grow up?
Actually, I have lived in Virginia most of my adult life. I was born and raised in southern New England.
Okay.
The great state of Connecticut, but out in the very rural part of it in the east.
All right. We had a feller from Connecticut yesterday. So let's see here. When did it all start? How old were you the very first time you started making music?
Interestingly enough, I suppose, I grew up in a musical household. So my dad always played, and there were bands rehearsing in my basement. Sometimes they would stay there for a little while longer. I guess I started playing guitar when I was about 12, and I wound up in this band in high school when I was about 15 that was gigging, like playing weddings and bars and stuff. And so I started making money playing electric guitar, which was kind of crazy. And I put myself through college and all that doing it. My parents had always told me that making music was a terrible way to make a living, but it was great to make money on the side. And I obviously didn't listen to my parents all that well because I've been doing this for a livelihood. I went to college for all of those years to be an environmental engineer, and the degrees are sitting in a box up in my attic. Oh, well. So I guess sometimes father and mother know best, but we kids don't listen all that well.
Well, did you try it for a while? Did you
I did. I was an engineer for 4 years. It was fun. I liked the work. I actually worked a lot for doing environmental work at coal-fired power plants, something that sort of seems intertwined with my adult life no matter where I go.
So tell us a bit. You've got a CD called One Virginia Night available, but also a solo DVD available to folks.
Yeah, I've got 5 solo CDs spanning from 1995 to 2008. I've got One Virginia Nights, a CD and DVD set with my band. One of my bandmates is Les Thompson. Les was one of the founding members of the Nitty Gritty Dirt Band and walked away after the Circle album full up with the business and wanting to get back to playing music. And I can certainly understand that. And then the solo DVD is called Live from the Appalachians to Austin. And it includes my little map of me drawing like the eastern 2/3 of the country the way that I see it. So it's kind of fun to check that out. If you like to see a musician do some feeble artwork, there you go.
Well, coming up tomorrow night, he'll be at Ladd Landing. That's in Kingston, Tennessee. Steve's here if you need directions or information on that. And Sunday, he'll be at up in Johnson City at the Holston Valley United Universalist.
Unitarian Universalist
Okay,
Church.
there. You know.
There you go. All good. You works, you know.
See, you were worried about Ladd Landing, and I was worried about the U.
And you nailed that. That's very good. I'm envious.
The best thing to do is to visit Andrew's website to find the complete tour schedule. That's at andrewmcknight.net. He has merch over there at the merch table. Certainly after the show, shake his hand, make him feel welcome while he's here. But for now, we'll get more music from Andrew McKnight on the WDVX Blue Plate Special.
Thank you. So this is one that I wrote with Les and our good buddy Chance McCoy. Chance is a 2-time West Virginia state fiddle champion, but probably most everybody knows him as the guitar player for the old Crow Medicine Show. And we got asked to write a song for this album of songs about mountaintop removal a few years ago. We sort of decided to focus on the communities that are buried beneath so much of that. There's a lot of stories in the hills of especially southern West Virginia around the Coal River Valley and stuff, and I've made a lot of friends there and thinking of them a lot this past couple of weeks. This is called Made by Hand. Granddad was a union man, worked deep beneath the ground. Say a prayer in the morning and again to see the sun go down. Day from night by lantern light to earn enough to eat. By Saturday moon on the mountainside, the fiddle moved their feet. Went into mines at 14, took a wife at 21. Raised 5 kids in the holler like his daddy done. The company cut costs and corners everywhere it could. Still every Sunday they gave thanks that they had it good. I know the times are changing, they say progress is good. And do we honor honest work like my granddaddy would? The eagle soaring high, would he recognize this land built upon the sturdy backs of those who made by hand? My daddy left these mountains for the mills of Ohio. Rolled a steel that won the war far away from home. Back in Granddad's holler, big timber stripped the land. Laid the railroad tracks that can't bring back the lives they made by hand. I know the times are changing, they say progress is good. Do we honor honest work like my granddaddy would? The eagle soaring high, would he recognize this land built upon the sturdy backs of those who made by hand? Hey, hey, hey. Along for West Virginia, her hard blue rolling hills, memories of childhood, I hear those echoes still. But my family story's vanished, but no trace I could find. They even tore the mountain down where Granddad used to mine. I know the times are changing, they say progress is good. Do we honor honest work like my granddaddy would? The eagle soaring high, would he recognize this land built upon the sturdy backs of those who made by hand? Built upon the sturdy backs of those who made by hand. Thank you very much. What a delightful thing to be doing on a Thursday morning, Thursday afternoon. I have been a lucky man to have been blessed with this life in music and some semblance of a livelihood from it too. That doesn't mean that I don't occasionally have a small complaint, but I don't complain very well by nature. So I'm not really all that bummed out that this song that I wrote with my friend John Rickard didn't make it in the movie Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? I could learn to live with that. What gets under my skin just the tiniest little bit, it's like the only movie in the last 20 years that they haven't made 3 or 4 sequels to. So if any of y'all know Mr. Clooney personally, you might let him know that it's time to sign on the dotted line, and I've got a song for him if he does. Actually, I'm grateful nonetheless. It's called Count Your Blessings. Count your blessings, don't count your gold. You don't need money when you're lying cold. You can't buy your way into heaven, I am told. Count your blessings, don't count your gold. The good deeds that you've done, lend your hand to help someone. and everyone count the good deeds that you done. Count on Jesus to be your friend. Stick with you right till the end. He'll be by your side no matter how you sin. Count on Jesus to be your friend. In spite of all your troubles, all you need is on your back. Believe in all your blessings. Don't worry about all you lack. Count the lessons you learn each day. Let them guide you, show you the way. Follow the word, you won't go astray. Count the lessons you learn each day. Count your blessings, don't count your gold. You don't need money when you're lying cold. You can't buy your way into heaven, I am told. Count your blessings, don't count your gold. Count your blessings, don't count your gold. You're most kind. Thank you. For everybody who's listening out there in Radio Land, you can't even believe how lovely this room is and how lovely these people are here in Knoxville this morning. So I have to put a picture up on Instagram or something in a little bit when Reagan Boggs is singing with that beautiful voice of hers. It's going to be a lovely second half hour. I mentioned that there were bands practicing in my basement when I was a kid. A lot of people have done a lot of things to make my life and music possible. Anybody ever tells you they're an independent artist, let me give you a little secret. They lie. We are all completely dependent on the people showing up at the shows and passing the word around and buying CDs. So if you're enjoying the music today, please tell somebody, because I could afford to be less of a well-kept secret, and I'd be grateful for that. Drop a note on the website, say hello, whatever it is. Those guitar players in my dad's band were the ones who were kind of responsible for me sort of catching the bug about playing this instrument that I've had a lifelong love affair with. They would show me stuff when I was first learning how to play, and they treated me like an adult and a peer and a member of the club long before I had earned that respect. My goal in this life is to treat every young musician that I come across with that same grace and dignity that was afforded to me long before I had earned it. This is for them and for you, and it's called Guitar Man. A man rode into town one day in a beat-up Chevrolet. Said, my name is Luther Jones and I came here to play. He pulled the case out of his trunk and tuned up where he sat. And while he sang, his fingers danced like fireworks on the frets, 'cause he's a guitar man. Wood and steel strings ringing, guitar man. Love that song you're singing, guitar man. I wanna know what you know. Would you play a us one more tune before it's time to go. He fingerstyled the cannonball, then flat-picked the soldier's joy. Slid from Robert Johnson's blues right into Red-Haired Boy. A crowd of people gathered around, the pills filled up his case. And now and then he'd nod his thanks, a smile upon his face, 'cause he's a guitar man. Wood and steel strings ringing, guitar man. Love that song you're singing, guitar man. I wanna know what you know. Would you play us one more tune before it's time to go? My Martins kept me company almost 1,000,000 miles. From town to town and stage to stage, kept going by your smiles. But times are tough all over, yet somehow we still get by. So check your trouble at the door, 'cause now it's time to fly like that guitar man. Y'all can sing it, Knoxville. Wood and steel strings ringing, guitar man. Love that song you're singing, guitar man. I wanna know what you know. Would you play us one more tune before it's time to go? Hey, guitar man. Wood and steel strings ringing, guitar man. I love that song you're singing, guitar man. I wanna know what you know. Would you play us one more tune before it's time to go? So much. Thanks for coming. Thanks for listening. Enjoy the rest of the day. Take care, y'all.
Andrew McKnight on the